Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for August 16th. We are looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This pair surged to the upside, closed higher. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 79.66, possibly down to 78.59. Look for some resistance around 79.50 and look for some support around 79.05. Now the Euro-USD pair continues has continued long-term overall to be moving higher, although we have had pretty much sideways action all through this week. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 124.61, possibly as low as 121.91. Look for some resistance around 123.75 and look for some support around 122.55. Now the pound US dollar pair closed higher during this session. Overall, short term anyway, moving higher, long term moving sideways, consolidating down, ready for a breakout. Look for it to potentially go as high as 158.32, possibly as low as 155.77. Look for some resistance around 157.43 and look for some support around 156.58. Now, the US-Swiss, this pair closed lower during this last session. Look for this pair to potentially go as high as 0.9846, possibly as low as 0.9636. Look for some resistance around 0.9795 and look for some support around 0.9695. Okay, as far as news announcements go, tomorrow we do have some news announcements being released. With the euro has the German producer's price for July being released at 2 a.m. Eastern. Consensus on that is that it has dropped from 1.6% down to 1.2%. Then a little bit later in the day at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, we have the consumer price index for July being released for the Canadian dollar. They're showing a hold at 1.5%. Then at 9:55 a.m. Eastern, we have the U.S. University of Michigan's confidence report for August being released. They're showing a hold at 72.3. Of course, if that comes out much higher, it would be good news for the U.S. dollar. If it comes out much lower, it would be negative news for the U.S. dollar. So make sure to keep an eye on that particular news announcement at 9:55 a.m. Eastern. Okay, what am I looking for during this next session? Well, these pairs have, by and large, been moving sideways for the most part. If we take a look at the US-Japanese yen pair, it has moved higher, moved right into previous areas of resistance. of support that should now and probably will be resistance. Looking for it to move lower during this next session. As far as the euro goes, overall, still in an uptrend over the past little bit, long term down. We've tagged this trend line during this last session, pretty much at it or through it. So I'm looking for it to continue its move to the upside, headed towards the 125.48 level. If it reverses and closes lower below that line, of course, we're going short, or looking for it to go short. Now, we've had a strong consolidation of the pound US dollar pair, looking for that breakout. I think once we get a breakout, we're off to the races. Let's go take a look at the Australian US dollar pair. You can see here that it has turned around. During that last bar, if you recall, we talked about how we were looking for it to touch this line, never really got a chance, came down and hit this area of support like we talked about, came real close to hitting it, didn't quite get there, and has reversed around, looking for it to move higher from there. Could have a very strong day tomorrow, Friday. Strong moves are typical, so we could see it move to the upside in a very, very strong fashion. You can put your stop loss below this trend line off of the two lows here and look to get a nice risk to reward, probably breaking the high here of this past session's high. Well, I hope that helps, and until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.